Hey guys, happy September. Reaper here with another Video Games Monthly box. It's been almost a year now since I've been doing this, I think. What was that, like October, November of last year I started this, but I'm loving it. Again, it's a subscription-based thing where you pay money, you get games. Simple enough, right? Let's get into it. I've only done like 8 or 9 of these videos so far, so watch one of the other ones that explain it, or the first one, it makes sense. So, we're just going to jump right into it. Again, I don't know what's in here. I literally just got the box, so let's check it out. Well, this thing feels packed to the brim. First game feels like Genesis. Batman Forever. Oh god, this is the Mortal Kombat one, isn't it? Oh, that game's. I don't think it's as bad as everybody claims it to be. I had a little bit of fun with it when I played it. I think the SNES version. It's not great, but it's not as bad as everybody says. If it's the same game I'm thinking of, which I'm pretty sure it is. So, we'll obviously play test it though, because that's what I do every brain no function. Every month, after I check what games I got, I put them in my Retron and I test them out, see what they do. So, oh cool, we got a 1-up, which means instead of the 5 games I normally get, there's a 6th one in there. Freaking sweet. And the normal card. That basically reminds you, hey, don't forget to put the games in your list so that you don't get a repeat. This is like the second or third 1-up I've got, and I kind of figured that was the case because this box feels kind of full. So, loving it. Every once in a while they'll do that. They'll give you a 1-up and just send you another game extra. I love it. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Next up, NES. Oh, Top Gun. Now, this is one of my earliest reviews. Yes, I can land the plane. I have no problem with that. It's just kind of a boring game. It's short. It's not great. It's, again, not terrible, but it's definitely not one of the best games out there. I mean, I've always wanted to get it anyway. Like, I played it a lot as a kid, but it's another game to just add to the collection, which means I'm going to have to stream that at some point, I'm sure. No freaking way. So, fun story. I actually own both these games in the single carts, alright? I own Super Spike V-Ball and I own Nintendo World Cup. It's actually 2 of the first games I ever bought when I started recollecting. Fun story. This is going to be a little nostalgic for me. I'm surprised I'm not crying a bit because this is actually the very first NES game I ever owned. No lie. There used to be a business called Lanco that we used to go to, me and my family, and that's where my mom bought my NES. Actually, hold on. It's a little dirty, but yes, I do still have the original NES box. And as you can see right there, that's Super Spike V-Ball and World Cup. So like that really takes me back. Like that's freaking awesome. I'm actually super, like, this has made my day. Holy crap. Like, I'm speechless right now. So, moving on, though. Like, wow. That just blows my mind. Next up, Double Dribble. Now, this is a game I've been looking to get it recently. I found something about Double Dribble. Would you like to hear it? Shut up, Alexa. I wasn't talking to you. So, Double Dribble is... No, I do not. Like, I didn't even say that. Anyway, as I'm so rudely interrupted by my echo, Double Dribble is a game I used to rent all the time from one of my friends, and I used to play it all the time. So that's going to be another fun one to revisit. This is like nostalgia land for me today. Between Double Dribble and the Super Spike V-Ball and World Cup, like, I'm speechless with that. Like, I was not expecting that. Game number 5. Another NES game. Alright, Adventure Island. I actually used to own the second game. That's the one I kind of grew up with. I played a little bit of all of them. I always sucked at the very first one, though. I was never get. My mom was actually decent at it. She got, like, near the end of the game. But yeah, she was always a little bit more of a fan of this game than I was. I always liked the second one a little bit more. But it's still a really good game, though. So far, we've got some gems in here, at least in my opinion. I know they're not exactly the greatest games, but so far, it's a really, really good month. Finally, I feel like this is appropriate for what's going on at the time of this video. With the whole, like, finding a host bit that's going on. Like, I feel like this is super appropriate. I love watching Jeopardy. I kind of feel stupid playing it, though. So that's the 6 games. And I don't feel any goodies in here this time. Nope, there's something in there. A little keychain. Actually kind of cool. I was hoping to get something like this soon. Not necessarily from them. Oh, it's got a bottle opener, too. This is actually fairly sturdy, too. It's actually... They've sent a lot of cool stuff, I will say that. I thought that monthly was spelled wrong at first, but it's just the font. So, but yeah, very cool box this month. It blows my mind that I got the very first game I ever got on my NES. So as I always do, though, we're going to cut this video off. You won't notice it, but I'm going to go to the Retron, and we're going to pop these suckers in and give them a shot. Alrighty, so first one I'm going to try out is Jeopardy. We're going to do that first. Because I don't expect to play this more like a minute. So, I used to play Family Feud with Jers all the time. That I actually own. I actually have a box copy on the shelf, though. That Wheel of Fortune, but I am very difficult to beat in Wheel of Fortune. GameTech had the license on pretty much all these game show games. I don't know why you have to use the select button to choose a person. Can it be Turd Ferguson?
Here are the categories.
Oh, there's speech. I feel like I'm going to suck at all of these categories.
The answer is...
I don't freaking know. Yeah, we're done. I'm not gonna. Everybody knows what Jeopardy is, right? Man, Alex Trebek, rest in peace. Next up, may as well do the Genesis game. If it detects it. So I think this is like the Mortal Kombat alike. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's this one. I almost bought it years ago too. Like I saw it in a store that used to be like a block away from me called Planet Games. Unfortunately, they closed. I wish they didn't, but at the same time, I'm glad they did. Otherwise, I'd be broke. Yeah, that's exactly what this game is. I wasn't paying attention to what they said. You can be Batman or Robin. Okay, so it's sucks button enabled. That's good. Finish him. I mean, it's not an awful game, but it's pretty bad. Like, the controls are just kind of weird. Like, trying to learn how to actually use the grappling hook, it just feels kind of weird. Like, I don't know how to get up there. Like I said, I'm more familiar with the SNES controls. Alright, we're done with this. Alright, let's move on to the NES games. First up, Double Dribble. We're going to be accessing my childhood right now. Wish you could skip this, but you can't. So like, oh, you can. It's select. I think I always used to pick New York. I think me and my brothers used to play this all the time too. I don't know how to play anymore. I'm not gonna lie. That freaking sound of the ball hitting. Oh, that brings back memories. I just want to go to the... I want to dunk the ball just because... Oh, come on! Because that's what I remember the most from this game. I'm getting my ass kicked. Hey! How dare you steal the ball? I think there's a trick that I saw that you could literally shoot three-pointers in a very specific spot. I am not good at this game. I don't remember how to do the dunks, but it would show like a little cutscene of your guy trying to dunk the ball. We'll give it another couple attempts. See if I can score any points. I mean... Oh, there it goes. I always thought that was cool as hell. But if you miss it, because you can still miss even through that little scene, because that happens at every dunk. What do you mean pushing? Rigged. But you can't miss it. You just hear this giant like dong. All right, moving on. Next up, we got Top Gun. Again, I'm not gonna play a ton of this. Mostly because I don't want to. Kind of like when I got Back to the Future, how it didn't work. It's kind of good because I didn't want to play it anyway. It's not recognizing. So maybe we won't play Top Gun. I mean, I'm cool with that. Alright, so we might have to skip Top Gun for now, but I think everybody knows what Top Gun's like. If you watch any kind of like retro reviewer, or hell, even look at my video. Yeah, we're gonna skip Top Gun because Retron just is not liking it right now. Next up, Adventure Island. Okay, come on, Retron. You can do it. Again, my Nintendo does not work, so I'm forced to use other methods. Okay, we're getting somewhere, though. This cartridge might just have to be really cleaned. Same with Top Gun, though. Usually that's all this is, just the contacts are dirty. Alright, there we go. We were having some... And... I thought my mic wasn't working, so... I'm like talking and repeating myself, and then I look like, oh, right, that part of it's muted. Oh, I'll make myself look like a moron. Again, I'm not very good at this game. I'm better at the second one. I can complete the second one. Although the second one, honestly, I start losing interest about halfway in. But it's definitely a lot easier to play. Like, I feel like this game you're always rushing, because you always feel like you're gonna run out of time. And you can't go backwards either. I mean, that was like a big thing with a lot of games back then. My cat is trying to steal my iced tea. Yeah, try being the first level at least. So I'm not good at this game. I'll be the first to admit it. Well, that failed miserably. Helps if I would have ran. That would have been ideal. I thought most of the enemies are all animals too. I thought that was kind of cool. Whoa, hello! A lot of times I don't like getting the skateboard, even in the second game. I feel like it's more risky because you can't stop. Like, at least when you're walking, yeah, it's a little more dangerous. Well, I guess that's subjective because you can't stop moving. You can easily just mistime a jump and then fall to your death. I don't know what I just grabbed. Oh, I grabbed the fire. Which, oddly enough, is not in the second game. Second game, you only get the hammers, but you also have the dinosaur helpers. So I guess there's that trade-off. The jumping also takes some getting used to, because you can only jump higher when you're moving. If you're just standing still, just to show you, that's all you can really do. But when you're moving, you jump much higher. Thought I was going to fall to my death there. It's kind of nice of the game to tell you when you're hitting your checkpoints, too. Oops. And that's game over already. Yeah, because I don't think there's any continues. I know you can get the Hudson B in the second game, and that basically is a hidden continue, but again, that's the second game. So finally, onto my nostalgia trip, as I almost trip over the Retron. Do it way too frequently. But yeah, basically, this game came with a 4 score, which was a way back then of allowing you to have 4 players at one time. Considering that I had 2 brothers, it's kind of appropriate. Funny thing is, my brothers used to play the soccer more than I did at the start. Me and my mom actually started by playing the Super Spike Volleyball. So, I guess to be fair, I kind of sort of got 7 games this month, even though I actually own both of these anyway. I actually just played through this a couple months ago. Just to give you an idea. Basically, I have 4 teams. Odd one is the next one. You freaking have the double dragons in this. Don't use them though. They really, really suck. I think, like, I don't remember what their special was. Oh, that's right. They're like the better blockers, but they suck. Like, they have no offensive power. I usually use these guys, Ed and Michael. Unfortunately, there are no women. State Select, I mean, we used to do it all the time just because, but it doesn't really do much. I'm not going to play through a whole match, I just want to give you an idea what it looks like. The graphics are actually, I thought they were kind of cool. Oops. And you only have 1 attempt to hit the ball too, so. Well, I feel like an idiot on that one. The reason why it's called Super Spike Volleyball is because you can, like, destroy your teammates by doing what's called Super Spikes. Wow, I'm apparently rustier at this game than I should be. I always like the music too, especially if you're doing the World Cup. Like that. I love that kind of thing. And you can block the spikes too. Like that. I think they might win out though. Yep. But some players, or some teams, are actually better at spiking the ball. Like, I think the real big muscle-bound guys. Okay, I'm done with this. I am awful. But, again, I just want to give you an idea what it looks like. Same thing with the World Cup. But yeah, right there's the option for 4 players. Which is really... The thing that I wish they would have done is have an exhibition, because in Versus... I don't know if it's going to come up. Yeah, it does. You actually have 4 different... Or I can count. 6 different field types. Bumpy and Ice was so much fun. With Sand, the ball didn't roll as much, which is kind of cool. But Bumpy, there's like rocks all over the place, so your players can trip over them. Ice, when you go to slide, like, you'll slide like what feels like halfway across the field. I used to know the password to get to the final area, but I don't anymore. What I used to actually do is choose Argentina, simply because if you don't, when you go up against them, which usually they're like the second to last team, they're a nightmare to go up against. What I used to do too is mess around with teams a little bit. I never really understood it at first, but then after I played this a little more, I realized that the different players do have some slightly different tactics, I guess, or stats. I don't know. It's actually a fairly violent game of soccer. If I took out my own teammate. And you cannot take out the goalie. If you try to tackle the goalie, oh, it's bad. Unless he's out of goal. First couple teams are easy. They don't even really go after the ball much. But I do want to show you what it looks like when you do a special. Different teams have different specials, so some of them are shared. But if you take out the teams enough, or the enemies enough, they'll actually stay down when until someone scores a goal. I think the highest I had was like 20 goals against this team. It's actually fairly easy, and they're 2 halves. We'll say each game's roughly, what, like 10 minutes or so. Alright, but that's this month's Video Games Monthly. I'd say it's... I mean, yeah, some of the games are kind of like... but the fact that I got this, that, like, it still blows my mind. Like, I just want to keep playing. I haven't played this game in years, and I do own it. Like, as I said, I do own the single cartridge. And see, you can see one of their guys is down for the count now. But this game's also part of the Kunio-kun series, so there is that. But yeah, I forgot that. I used to do all sorts of weird things in this game. So yeah, that's Video Games Monthly for September of 2021. I hope you guys have a fantastic month. As always, please let me know what you guys got. And if you got any kind of nostalgia kicks like I am. So, till next time, guys, thanks for watching, as always. And till next time, happy fragging.